Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to NS9NFT. I'm your host, Anthony DiNardo. With me, Jim Rosati. Jim, I am excited tonight.
This is going to be one of our most fun shows I think we've had. Yeah, super excited.
This is absolutely, opposed to probably our very first show, which was, of course, our first show, but it was the day that we opened these packs. This is absolutely my favorite show of doing this so far.
Yeah, I know we've been pretty excited about this project for a while now, and now we finally get an idea of like what's the demand like for this stuff. What is this worth, right? What have we been
going up?
What have we been putting all our time into? So it's been a really, really exciting last 54, 55, 56 hours or so.
But yeah. Who's counting?
Yeah, right. So
clearly not you.
Yeah, we'll go into depth, I guess, on how it's going. But yeah, I couldn't be happier right now, man.
That's right. I mean, for those who clearly see the title of this, right, have no idea what we're even talking about, which if you don't, welcome to the show. Because if you've listened to the show, you know what we're talking about. I mean, Candy's digital marketplace opened up this weekend. It was Saturday between the hours of 1:30 and 2:30. The exact time, I don't really remember. I feel like it was like 1:50-ish when like things just went crazy. Yeah. It went radio silent in Discord, which I can say I only assume because I wasn't looking at Discord at that time. I was nice enough though, Jim. We joked that the first person, you wanted chaos, which I'm good with, but you wanted like the blind opening where no one knew about it. It just went live. And, we joked how, someone would buy up all the things. And then once they're done, they would say like it's live. I was nice enough to say it's live, but that's only because I got myself a ridiculous moment for very cheap. And I was just too excited about that. I had to post it.
Well, so it went live, right? And then for the first maybe 30 seconds or so, you could see everything, but you couldn't actually click to buy something, right? At least for me. I mean, because I'm sure everybody in the world saw that $1 rare Matt Olson. So someone listed a rare Matt Olson for $1, and it's like, oh my God, let me click on this. And so it took a while that the get it now button was blacked out. But once everything went live, it was just wild at the very beginning. So I was in the basement of my sister and my brother-in-law's house, just refreshing the feed on my phone because we were getting ready for a wedding, and I was able to do a little bit, but not as much as you. You were probably hunkered down, ready to go. But it was nuts. I mean, the Discord was wild all day. The marketplace was just insane. I'm sure we'll get into, the numbers and stuff that happened. But yeah, just an incredible marketplace launch.
For real. I mean, clearly we are very elated right now. But let's actually talk the tone. We'll set the tone. We'll talk about the day, how it started. Because, of course, we're giving you the after and we're very excited. So we all know how this ends. But the beginning of the day came about, and we knew it was going to go live. There was going to be an announcement in the morning. The announcement came. Now, to put things in perspective, it was very disappointing for a lot of people, right? The announcement broke that, now we knew from day one, right, you'd be able to cash out, right? There's no cash out ability. I know, again, we compared to Top Shot, whatever, but for Top Shot, you could purchase. Vive is the same. VVV. We're still arguing what that's called. Vive. I don't know. But anyways, like there you can make purchases as well, but like you can't cash out. Your funds just sit there. And if you sell $1 million worth of stuff, you're still poor. So, it was announced that you'd be able to cash out from day one. They threw in a little curveball there, Jim. Yes, you can cash out, but at the time of purchase, there's a 7-day pending window. So your funds are in a pending status until about 7 days. Then they become available for you to, of course, cash out. But also on the same side, you aren't able to use those funds because they are still pending. You aren't able to use those funds to make purchases on candy. I know you yourself would have probably been affected if you weren't, gallivanting in Western Pennsylvania the whole time. But a lot of people were like, I'm gonna capitalize and sell these items, then use those funds to buy other things. Those people didn't quite get that capability this weekend. So yes, there was a little bit of a downside, a little bit of negative news to start the day.
Yeah, and I mean, count me as one of those people who, I was banking on selling some things to kind of help fund some of my other purchases that I was hoping to make. I did end up selling some stuff that I didn't necessarily, have a, want to hold on to. But yeah, 7 days. I got 7 days. I guess it's 5 to 7 days. So we'll say 7 days here. So I'll be able to utilize that in a different way later on. It was a little disappointing, right? Because then I got to pump more of like my real money into it, which is
Right.
fine considering what things are like right now. But yeah, 7 days after selling, you then kind of the funds become available to you. So that was announced.
Yep. So, I mean, they announced it. It is what it is. Like you mentioned, it was disappointing for a few. I know that was a lot of people's strategies. I myself said I was just going to kind of play things as is, find out, but I really didn't anticipate selling many things. Like for me, it wasn't a huge problem because I probably wasn't going to have any funds to spend or cash out with anyways. Right.
Yeah.
So, like the day started with a little bit of a downturn. You were all excited that marketplace was happening. Then this came, and again, there's plenty of reasonable people that it was just like, even if they heard the news and it did affect them, they're like, well, many of us has been in this space for a long time. It's beta. When projects start up, we all know there's hiccups. Whatever, it's not that big of a deal. You did have some where it's the end of the world, and I'm going to sell off. I don't want to deal with this. Like, good night. See you later. Right. We all know they'll be back. We've heard this song and dance time and time again. But you heard, you heard that the small amount of people, but the large voice in that sense. Mm-hmm. So that's how the day started. I was like, oh boy, here we go.
And let's just add, like this is more like a security feature, right? This isn't necessarily, them not wanting you to get your money or anything like that. It's just like if something happens to the transaction and it doesn't go through, that person, do they just get a free NFT that they bought, right? And then the person who received the funds has to let go. So it's more just as a security measure to make sure that every transaction that's made actually goes through, so that both the buyer and the seller get what they intended. So
true. Yep. I mean, you could argue that. You could see, why was that not thought beforehand? Whatever it may be. Again, it's kind of also like, whatever. If that was the largest issue we had, it doesn't take away. It wasn't as if, okay, guys, we said the marketplace was happening and whoops, sorry, you can't buy anything, you can't sell anything. Like a lot of us do expect hiccups to come along. I mean, this entire space is brand new. These companies coming, these projects coming are brand new. So things are going to happen. And like you said, it is what it is. I can understand why. So a little bit of hiccup. Cool.
Yeah.
But then 1:30 rolled around and we're all waiting. I mean, again, I'm on a Mac, so Control R. Just kept going. Like you said, it went live. I have it in air quotes because the marketplace opened. I could click on moments, but there was no buy button. And we were all panicking. Is it just me? Like, am I screwed here? Is everyone buying that $1 moment that I can't? Right, that $1 rare Olsen, or what's going on? Apparently, it wasn't just me. Thank God.
Yeah, luckily, I kept clicking on the $1 Olsen. I was like, I want this. But yeah, I was like, then I went into Discord. It seemed like it was a normal thing, but yeah, I mean, it was probably like that for a minute, and then it really went live.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was a minute.
Yeah.
Felt like 3 hours.
Yeah.
Because if I wasn't pressing Control R before, I sure as am now.
Right. Then the floodgates opened. I mean, they opened wide open. People, I mean, the first I mean, the numbers that they went through in the first, hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 24 hours, some of the sales that went through, just incredible.
It was a good day. They
Yeah.
hit over 1 million in sales day one. And we'll get to our personal, stories and wins and whatever, but just as an overall macro level on this, it was a win.
Mm-hmm.
We heard the issues they had. They came out and told us, as far as a marketplace opening, the floodgates opening. And again, there's $1 million in transactions that day. There was a lot of transactions that day. Not once did the marketplace crash. Not once, at least did I notice that there was like any lag, any technical issues, other than the information that we were provided, as a whole on what's going to transpire that day. There didn't seem to be any actual issues with the marketplace opening and the end users, the site itself, like everything worked perfectly.
1,712 sales in the first hour.
That's it. And it didn't crash, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
And it ran perfectly smooth the entire time. Yeah, I mean, just comparing it to, if I don't want to compare it, but like, let's say Tops, right? Just real quick. Tops Marketplace, nothing but errors with payment issues and things like that. And like you mentioned, this was just, we'll get to the marketplace itself. It has some limitations. It was, it's just released, it's kind of a very bare bones type of marketplace, but from a usability and how it performed, it couldn't have done better.
Factually speaking.
Yeah.
You're right. And the thing is too, we also that was told to us like well ahead of time. Like, we knew what limitations the marketplace was going to have, albeit none of us like really saw it. The pre-listing came about and you could list things, right? You could play in that sense, but you didn't really see and grasp like what the marketplace was going to look like, which also is going to tie into my personal story here in a second. But right. So like when the floodgates open, that's the first time you got to see it, utilize it. But we knew going into it, there's going to be a lot less functionality in it. It's probably going to be a lot more searching than filtering involved, which there was.
Yeah, I mean that's a good point. I mean it's just kind of a very bare bones marketplace currently. We've been told that it's you'll over time here, relatively quickly, you'll start seeing more functions being added to it. Right now, though, yeah, it's really just the way that I was looking at it was just, the recent listings, right? Just kind of refreshing what people were putting up, as they were going. And then the search tool was working just fine as well. So yeah, if you wanted to find a specific person, specific player, specific moment, you could search, and that function worked perfectly fine. Just seeing the new listings worked perfectly fine if you wanted to just kind of keep refreshing that from time to time. But yeah, like I said, the functionality from just how it worked was perfect.
Yep. So I guess that to kind of get into the whole system and such, right? I mean, the search function was great. You talked about how we had our pre-listing show, about how the listing part was really nice because it's very quick. You list something, it's boom, it's done, it's up. What I found would be very nice as well is not just the listing side, but the purchasing side was like the same way. When you go to click on the moment, sorry, I don't know what the hell that was, but it's not a spider. I think it's a fuzz or something. Anyways, when you go and click on the moment, you go ahead and make the purchase.
Do we want to go and just share what this looks like while we're talking about it?
Should I just buy a moment on the fly?
Well, no, we won't go to like the credit card screen, but
I mean, I might. Let's see what do we get. Yeah, let's go ahead and share.
Okay, you or me?
Either or. If you want to share, you can.
Okay. Let's do.
All right. So, just in case, he says, I love the grinding work that is needed to find stuff. You can still find some gems buried there. The play of the days definitely aren't priced correctly yet, but I'm good sniping for now. Yes, we'll get into that. We'll get into that really soon. I
For
can't wait to talk about this
sure.
stuff. But you're absolutely correct.
Yeah. So I mean, if you go to your marketplace, right, this is kind of what it looks like. You can see your listings right here on the top. Let me zoom out a little bit so you may fit a little bit more on the screen. So you can see what you have listed here, right? So if anybody wants to buy any of these play of the days, go ahead, feel free. I don't expect you to buy the Ryan Rollison, but if you want to, you can do that as well. But
we'll talk about that too.
This is actually a good deal on this one soda right here. All right. So when it comes to active listings, though, this is where it's going to show you, okay, what was just listed, right? It's going to show you your newest listings first. You can click on view all. This is going to bring you every single active listing in the marketplace. So, we've got almost 14,000. If you want to search for a specific person, say you want Juan Soto, right? You can pull up all the Juan Soto NFTs. If you want to price them low to high, you can see here that, you can pick up a Juan Soto core for $660. If you want to buy it, super easy to get. You just click get it now. And then you'll click checkout. Once you get to checkout, really easy from there. You enter in your credit card, that your credit card's saved typically. And then put in your the code on the card. But yeah, it's a very quick, easy process. It doesn't take a long time to load pages. It's seamless. Once your candy balance is free and available, I'm assuming you can just order right from there. So once that'll become available. But yeah, it's like I said, very, very functional so far. If you're looking to just kind of search for a specific moment, say if you don't want the core Juan Soto and, instead you want to find the cheapest rare Juan Soto, right? You can find one here for just about $2,400, right?
Is that all?
That is all. So, which honestly, that's a steal in my opinion, based off of some of these other prices. But yeah, that's what you can kind of see from the marketplace right now, what it looks like. Then you can see what was recently sold as well. So you can see here, a Jared Walsh just sold for $40. Mookie Betts just sold for $325. So it'll give you an idea of what.
That's a core too, sold. Right?
Yeah.
Mookie core 325 now.
Yep. Yeah, he's going
nice.
Up. Yeah,
nice.
So yeah, I mean, like I said, very clean, very fast. If you know what you're looking for, you should be able to get to it relatively quickly. I mean, for those first few minutes, though, I mean, I just had this page right here, the new listings, and I was just refreshing this like every, 20 seconds or so. But yeah, that's what it looks like. So very easy. Like I said, not a lot to it as far as filtering goes right now. Like you can't filter between, hey, I want to look at just the prospects right now. I want to look at just the all-stars right now. I want to look at just the packs right now. You can't do that. You can go in here and, say pack or, pack, and that'll give you all of the packs that are available. Right.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's it. Like I said, very, very fast, very seamless.
Very true. And I know you didn't go the full way, which is perfectly fine. But when you did order, again, to compare, right? Like when you buy something at Top Shot, it spins, it says we're pairing, you find out like a minute, maybe a little longer if you got it or not, right? Where this was relatively almost instant. I feel like if there was multiple people going at the same time, maybe there'd have been like a 3 to 5 second delay, right? And then you get that error screen that didn't go through, and that determines like, okay, someone else got it. But other than that, I mean, when you hit enter, it might take 1 second, 2 seconds, boom, that little red screen on the side of the page comes up and says, congratulations, it's been added to your collection. Yep. So again, like the quickness in that is something that I do really like. And I'm sure it's all because, I mean, the Palm blockchain, I know flow's pretty quick, relatively speaking. Palm seems to be quicker. I mean, we even know that from like Tops.
Yeah.
Tops is Avalanche, and the other one's not
Tops
Palm
is
either.
Avalanche. Yeah. But like another cool feature that I like about this is like, so, this this Vladimir Guerrero Jr. uncommon just got listed for $5,000. Maybe you don't necessarily know, oh, is that a really good price for it, or is there a better deal? But maybe that's something I want, right? You can go on here, view details. If you scroll down, you'll see all of the Vladimir Guerrero Jr. uncommons that are currently listed, right? So you can say, okay, well, you know, this one was just listed for 5,000, but there's actually this one for, you know, $1,053. I'm gonna get this one instead, right? So some nice functionality
get that
there.
one, to be honest.
Yeah, it's, I mean, there's a couple here that are like kind of right around 1,000. But yeah, so like I said, there's some functions kind of hidden within it that make it a little easier to use, right? Like I said, if you see something that you like pop up on here, Kikuchi for 60,000, right? You can look and see exactly what's out there. If you know that one's going to be the lowest pricing, right? You can be quick with it and snipe it and get it now and put it in your cart and check out. But yeah, if you think you've got some time to check around, then you know you have the time to kind of look and see what else is available.
Now that 60,000, is that the floor? Because that might be the floor.
I accidentally clicked get it now. Let's see. No, it's not. There's 588. 588 is the floor on that.
There was a comment made. We will definitely get into that one here. Yeah. We'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no. As I said, very smooth, very easy. I think that's just kind of the word of the day here is just how quick, easy, seamless, and just there's no issues with it. Facts.
Now, Jim, you know, we've been doing this since October, right? Since the launch, early October, maybe late, whatever it was. And again, I feel like we're fairly knowledgeable on this. But, I mean, just to put out there, I mean, we're giving all kinds of information to these people. I mean, apparently, some people didn't even know that the relatable things existed. So there you go, Jim. Kudos to you.
Okay. There we go. So what are they saying? What didn't exist? Like if you click on it and you can see,
I'm assuming, yeah, all that stuff.
Like this thing. Yep. Yeah. So that's, like I said, it's a cool feature. Yeah. There you go.
But
glad we could.
So anyways, yes, with the marketplace, we know that there's going to be quickly, it does sound quickly, some updated features to it, but as of right now, to get this out, get it working in a relatable way, in a way that works, you know, for everyone. Again, to me, it was flawless. Very successful weekend for Candy all around. Kudos to the entire team over there. Kudos to everyone that was buying and selling too. I think there was a lot of W's for a lot of people and what they were trying to do. People were trying to flip and make money. A lot of money was had. And people were trying to pick up a lot of things and a lot of deals. A lot of deals were also had. So it was a... Did we get it, Jim?
I think we got it. I think we got the triple win. It was a win-win-win.
It was.
But you're right. I mean, if you wanted to just sell off and sell everything, you made money. You made quite a bit of money, probably.
Yes. Just think at the absolute worst. We haven't really talked too much about floors, but we've shown some pricing. Like the pretty much the complete floor is about 35 for a common relief pitcher, right? A core. And then like for the uncommon, it seems about 50. So, and you're guaranteed at least an uncommon, right? So like at the very worst, you spent $50 on a pack and you got about $110 worth of value. Like at the very worst, you doubled up.
Yeah.
If you held a pack and decided, I'm not going to open it, I'm going to just sell. Jim, enlighten us what the packs are going for right now.
Well, I guess we can take a look because it changes all the time. But yeah, let's say if we want to look and see, let's say if we want to buy a pack of the All-Stars. The lowest is $947.
For those who didn't know, again, how much was a pack in October?
We bought our packs for $50 each.
And for day one on the All-Stars, how
Yeah.
many could you buy up to at one time?
10.
So
Yeah.
someone could have spent $500 on 10 packs. Today, Jim, those 10 packs are $9,470. Tell me this wasn't a win-win-win.
That's a good investment right there.
Oh man, it honestly, like, I put in perspective because you and I kind of tallied up, like, just based on what the floors are right now, like what our values are and the stuff I had, and I'm looking at it and just trying to compare and think how much money or lack of money, I should say, that I really had to invest into this, and how much money I've put into my Top Shot, and trying to understand how this one is more than Top Shot. Like, I spent all this time at Top Shot, and I should have just said, forget that. I'm just going to spend one day into this. And that's in opening them. Like, if I didn't open it, it'd have been more. I mean, blowing my Top Shot away.
Yeah.
On literally doing nothing, just buying it back from the marketplace and call it a day.
It is kind of crazy if you kind of put it that way, because, yeah, I mean, both of us have devoted a lot of time and money into Top Shot. And, yeah, my candy collection, 50 hours into the marketplace, is worth way more than my Top Shot collection. So, yeah, it was a good weekend.
Very good. I love it.
Yeah.
So overall, we did talk about the marketplace, its features, stuff like that, the technical side. Maybe it's time to get into some fun here. Let's talk about our personal side. You, as you mentioned, you're in Western PA. You weren't readily available. And also, I just want to say, because I did tease that I probably would like live stream and go on here, but which is the uncertainty of when the marketplace was going to open, how it was going to show, the features going to show going on. I decided not to. And also, let's just be real too. If you're watching this show, you're probably watching it because you're invested in the candy in some way or another. Your ass wasn't watching me. You were doing exactly what I was doing and refreshing the page 13 times a second. So like,
right.
I felt like, you know what? I'll just forget it. Just do our thing. So you were in Western Pennsylvania, not as available as others, but you were still there live. So tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah. So my goal kind of going into the marketplace, I wasn't really sure what I was going to do. Because originally I was going to say, okay, I'm going to sell off my pictures. I'm not a picture guy. I don't know if you know this or not, but I don't collect pictures. I don't collect pictures. So my goal was to basically sell all of my pictures except for Jacob deGrom, just because he's a stud. And I also didn't sell Trevor Rogers just in case someday like rookie badges become a thing. Trevor Rogers is the only rookie pitcher that they had in that All-Star set. So kept Trevor Rogers, kept my 2 Jacob deGroms, sold every other pitcher that I had. They all sold. The original plan was to take that money then and then put it towards completing the Uncut Diamonds set. Since we couldn't use that balance right away, it means I had to kind of go through and try to get those. So really, my marketplace experience was just kind of refreshing that whole page. I tried scooping up the early cheap prospects that I could find, but then for the next next 30 minutes or so, just refreshing that page. And if a prospect got put up somewhere in like the $30 range, I try to scoop it up. I was successful on some, failed on others. I was on a mobile phone, so it wasn't quite as quick as a desktop or a laptop. But I was able to pick up a few moments on Saturday before the festivities began, and then I was out of commission the rest of the day. Sunday, I was able to do a lot more on Sunday as far as getting closer to completing that set. I'm almost there. Got three more to go. Those 3, I'll probably just wait until those candy balance comes along. unless there's some stupid crazy deal that I find, up until that point. But yeah, that's how I've done so far. So I'm almost there with the prospect set. I picked up Brian Reynolds just because I didn't have a Brian Reynolds moment, being a Pirates fan. I wasn't necessarily looking to add other people, but if I saw a good deal that popped up, I tried to go for it. I know you were a little bit more well balanced and kind of wider net than I was, but yeah, it was pretty successful. Like I said, almost have the prospect set complete. Very close to that. Should be done by the time we're talking next week. And
awesome.
Yeah, so pretty excited about that. That was the goal going in.
Any moments stood out to you? Any like wins that you really were excited about?
Honestly, I don't remember because it was so crazy that day. I mean, I know there were some moments that I didn't win that stood out, right? Like the really cheap Shohei Otanis that kept popping up. There were some cheap Sotos that would pop up from time to time. You've got a story there. So there were some close calls that stood out. As far as the prospects set goes, like it wasn't a flurry of stuff. It was more monotonous and just kind of looking at the page every now and then to see if there was a good deal. Once I kind of got the first 20, the next few, it was more just, all right, let's just see what's available. But for the first 20, it was really, there was $25 to $35 moments left and right for everybody.
Oh yeah.
For the most part.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So I know you were like prospect hunting.
Yeah.
I mentioned, on the show last week how I probably was just going to like my whole day was more or less not planning on selling anything. I'll maybe just like see how the market plays out, feed off of it. Maybe I'll list something just depending, right? Which I mean, technically I did list stuff. I've delisted as well. I've gone over the place, but regardless, my intention was just kind of scoping out the market and sniping some things that I felt to be of value. Now from the get-go. So like you mentioned, the marketplace went live. Okay. So like we could see things, but we couldn't purchase. Also with that saying, so when you say the marketplace went live, all right, now it's well known I'm a dummy. So I'm going to share my screen here as well, because it went live and I didn't, I guess, really understand or realize, again, for the first time seeing the marketplace, not actually seeing it, right, how it worked. So never mind my actual listings right now. This is just one I purchased. I felt was a good price and just trying to flip to get some dapper funds in a week from now. But when you go to the marketplace, I guess I didn't. Oh, you know what? Because I saw my listings. Remember, I had the stuff there listed for 9,999,000, all that, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. So this is what it looked like. So I went to the marketplace. I saw this, and I was expecting to see listings, but I just saw mine. Now, I didn't think, oh, let's just scroll a page, right, and see. Here they are. So I just assumed, of course, how limited it was, that you just had to physically search for anything and everything you wanted. There was no like feed of anything. So because this is all I saw, the first thing I did was type in, of course, Juan Soto. Hit enter. So here I am, and I sorted it from lowest to highest. And wouldn't you know, sitting right here was this core Juan Soto. I mean, not this exact one, but this core Juan Soto. And that price didn't say $660, Jim. It said 20. And I hit view details, and I was pissed because there's nothing here to say buy. So I'm like, what's going on? Control R, Control R, Control R, right? So then finally went live, and I bought it, and I got it. And I was so excited. So of course, I went to the Discord. I was like, I got Juan Soto over $20. Still, of course, didn't realize. So that's my first win that we're talking wins.
Huge
So
win.
if you go to activity, there he is, Juan Soto at 1:50 p.m. So that's when it went live. $20. $20. Juan Soto. I can't fathom that.
That's awesome.
So I got the Juan Soto for $20. And again, mind you, I go back to Marketplace and I think that all you can do is search. So like I got to put in names, right? So the next name, and I don't even know why it came to me. Maybe Soto, the O's was on, it was Matt Olson. And I just typed in Olson, like just on a spur of the moment type thing, you know, and looked at him and I saw him for $30. And I was like, well, there's a W2. I mean, it's not like Soto at 20, but I'll take an Olson for 30. So I picked him up. And then still like I was just searching names. By that point in time, everyone's talking the wins. Like those ridiculous price stuff was probably gone. Like the $1 Olsen, which I didn't see. I saw the $30 common one. But yeah, like the day went really well. Like the Soto for 20 was the clear win at that point in time. After that, I'm just like feeling the marketplace. I'm seeing, so like you, I don't have anything Pirates related. I saw Nick Gonzalez at $50, and I was like, well, I'm picking that up. You know, it's Nick Gonzalez, $50. Mm-hmm. I believe in him as far as a prospect. I don't think he gets a national love, but I think he's going to pan out to be a pretty decent player, hopefully, for multiple reasons. I saw some Reynolds go for, in my mind, fairly cheap. I like picked up a Marcus Semien uncommon for like $80, like things that I felt was undervalued. I was buying, but later that day is when I found this little option here, Jim, of where you can actually see live listings. Right?
Later that day. So how long did
later that day?
How long did it take for you to figure out that that was available?
Do you want? Okay,
I want to know. Yeah, I want to know. Yeah.
I'm going to call myself out here and show you just how much of an idiot I really am. Although I thought I was a genius and ahead of the game.
I mean, you got a $20 Juan Soto. So, I mean, hey, that worked.
Sure. I lucked in that one, apparently. So I'm going to call myself out even more because I still didn't realize this was truly a thing. So I knew the search function. I'm like, I'm not going to type in Vlad every time or this every time. So I was like, let me think. I was like, let me just do a Val. Let me type in A because that's Juan Soto. That's Vlad. That's shut up, Jim.
Let me type in A.
I typed in A. I hit enter and I saw the A's and I sorted the A's low to high. And then I opened a new tab and I typed in O because that's Trout. So shut up, Jim. So I did the same thing, low to high. And here I am, just toggling. So if I picked up that Trout at 150, it was probably about 2:00 where I'm like, I can't just be typing names. So that's when I thought of the Val thing. So I was probably doing the Val thing from 2 from about 2 to about 4 p.m. So a solid 2 hours I was doing this until like it was hitting like, how are all these other people finding all these other ones like right away? And so, yes, that's when I scroll down. I was like, oh, there's the listings. I'm good now. Just enhance and scroll down a little bit.
So it took you 2.5 hours of just refreshing vowels before you figured this out. That's awesome. That's a great story.
But hey, in doing the vowels, and shit you not, in doing the vowels is still how I got my other win. All right? Because I didn't talk about that one yet. And as much as the Juan Soto for $20 excites me, to me, this was the biggest win I had of the day. So I was obviously on my O's at that time. And you can see I do have it listed, but it is this one right here. And yes, if you're looking, that is correct. That says edition number 1 of 409 for Matt Olson. So I picked up the serial 1 Matt Olson core for $40. And yes, I do have it listed for $3,000 right now.
But hey, you wouldn't have been able to do that without the O page.
That's right. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So, you laugh all you want, but my methods got me Juan Soto, and a serial one Matt Olson, and you got Brian Reynolds and Nick Gonzalez.
Well, and you got Trout too, right?
Shut up. No.
Oh.
Your pack openings clearly dominated mine.
So
as
you didn't
we see
pick
the
up a Trout?
marketplace now.
You didn't pick up a Trout?
No.
No.
Wait, did you? The way you're talking, you didn't pick up a Trout either, did you?
No, I pulled Trout.
Right. Okay.
I didn't.
No, the way
pick
you
up
kept
another.
saying pick up a Trout, you're like you're making me think like you've been hiding this other win this whole time about Mike Trout. And now you're gonna release it.
No. I pulled Trout. I haven't bought any other ones.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, again, if you guys want, go back to our very first NS9NFT show. You had some big wins.
The Trout was the first pack I opened.
It was. It was. No, Tatis wasn't in there either, right? Tatis was another one.
Tatis was later on, but the first pack was. Oh no, it was a Tatis core and a Trout uncommon in the same pack.
Okay, yeah. So I thought so.
You want to know
what a pack?
Yeah, you want to know what the lowest Trout is right now? Uncommon Trout.
So that pack alone, just those two cards, was in that one pack for $50. Tell us what that is valued at.
So the Trout is at 2,300, and the Tatis is at 700.
So $3,000.
And I don't even know who the other one was, but yeah, who cares?
Right. Was it Gregory Soto?
Yeah, that was a good pack. That was a nice pack. Yeah, looking back, that was a pretty good pack.
And you didn't want to open. You're the one hoarding the Trout legendary. So,
with the way the packs are looking at right now, I don't know if I'm ever going to open any of those packs. Ever. We'll see.
So, opening packs was fun. It made for a good show.
Yep.
Holding them this whole time, talking about them, knowing what you had, made for good content, made for a good show. Personal experiences for us, just all this stuff. But, and it, like as much as I hate to not open packs, right? Man, that's the best financial decision that you could have done. Again, think about it. If you bought 10 of them, that's almost $1,000. That's $10,000 right now. It's ridiculous. Think about that.
It's crazy.
So I'm kind of like now in a space where it's like, maybe I should have just bit the bullet and kept them unopened.
But then you wouldn't have it. Look at these Gregory Sotos that you have. You wouldn't have gotten those.
Right. What do you even have it listed for? Oh, so I did put it down. So I do want to actually get rid of these ones. Yeah, I put these at 35. I'm done looking at Gregory Soto. Just go and buy them. Hey, if you guys are watching, I'll send you the link in the chat. Go ahead and purchase my Gregory Sotos, please.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
That $35 one, that's probably close to the floor, right?
I put them at basically floor.
Yeah.
I mean, so all that means is the floor probably now is like 29, but
yeah, Gregory Soto's probably one of the lower priced ones out there.
Yeah. But so, we mentioned those are basically my two like big wins of the day. Other stuff, right? Just like I said, looking for things that were just more or less what I thought to be undervalued, which also with that said, what appeared to be undervalued at 4 p.m. wasn't undervalued anymore at like 10 p.m. So things definitely changed and adjusted a bit. Like when I got that $80 Simeon, uncommon for $80 and scooped that up, that ended up being about the norm later. So we definitely saw prices start to fall. When things were like really, really well, once you got the stupid low stuff and like the errors that were made. But because, by the way, you talk about misses. I mean, I saw, and this could have been at like 6 p.m. at this point in time. This wasn't like a pre-listing. I saw an Altuve go for $1 that I missed out on. Like at that point in time, like when you're seeing Ohtani's go for $700-800, and then one just magic comes up for 100 or 150 that we're seeing. I don't really know what that was about. I don't know if someone hit the wrong button. And I mean, Candy does give you that confirmation page.
Yeah, so I mean, go in there and so do this. Let's go ahead and list something and kind of. Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
So like list a play of the day or something.
So here's your list on Marketplace. You can put your amount you want it for. You can see right here, and the comments are there. Like it's very clear. This is $9,495 I'll get back after the fees, right?
Yep.
But just in case, you know what? Like I want it for 9,000, but I put 900 by accident, and I just still not even look at that. Like all I see is the big red, and I hit next. You still get the confirm and list button. Like you still see it a second time, and the button moves. You know, so it's not like you just like go double click and accidentally do it. So you do see it again for a second time, and clearly it says $949. So like, I assume you're listing responsibly. You're doing a little bit of research, right? Do your own research. Like you're doing a little bit of it and seeing, well, I have an Otani. Let me just see what it's going for before I put 150 because it's going for $800.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah, I mean, I feel bad for the people who sold stuff way under what they could have gotten for it. I mean, clearly, maybe they got excited and they just went too fast and forgot to read, or I don't know what happened, but yeah, there were definitely some odd listings that were put up that first day or two.
We got a Cobra Kai in here, show no mercy. So just in case he says, if you list wrong, you're really reckless and deserve whatever happens. They made it as dummy proof as possible, in my opinion. I mean, you are correct.
And then here's the other thing too.
It is reckless.
Yeah. I mean, there is a confirm, like you've got to hit next, you've got to hit confirm. And it is very quick and easy, right? Like if you're comparing the listing process to Top Shot, right? This is so much faster and easier, right? But if it weren't this fast and easy, and say you click next and then you hit submit, and then it's like, are you sure you want to list it for this amount? Confirm. Like then people would just be like, let me list my thing a little bit easier. So it's you're gonna have people complaining on both sides. I like Justin says, there's a next button, there's a confirm. You got to be a little careful, I guess, when you're listing stuff like that, and not just doing it recklessly and too fast. But yeah, I mean, I feel bad for them, but they hit submit and confirm. So
right, yeah, like I feel bad, but I'm not sorry for them. If that makes sense, that's kind of what you said. Like, I mean, you did it to yourself.
Yeah,
they gave you every opportunity not to do it. If you just weren't researching and you put up there, well, I mean, that's on you.
Right.
You made the error.
That's entirely on them. Yeah.
Right. Like if you've made the error, I mean, I've done something like that before. Like I get it, and I feel bad for you, but I mean, it's mine now. Like the $20 is a pre-listing, so I assume that person just probably felt like that's either two things. They felt like this is going to go for $20, so maybe they were comparing more to tops than they should have been.
Yeah.
Just saying. Or they were just being funny and they forgot to go back into the marketplace and delist it. I don't know. But like that $20 soda I got it, no error. The cereal one I got for $40. I mean, that person might just not have realized that like there's an actual value to cereals. They might have saw that floor the time was about $40, so they listed for $40. And I'm like, that's a cereal one. That's like 3 digits minimum, probably 4-digit value, like right now. Pick that up. But it's the ones that were like you said, when the Otani is going for $750, $800 and you list it for like $100 or $150, it's like, what was even going on there? I don't understand. But hey,
yeah,
I mean, they still made money.
That's true.
The person who bought it's going to make way more money. Yeah. But
if you sell an Otani for $150 and you pulled it in a pack, you made $100. But
at least.
Yeah, you could have made more. Right. That's like, so if we're getting into like some of the stats that they went through, I think the first sale that went through for the day was a pack. Somebody sold an unopened pack for $150.
Yep.
Now you can sell that pack for $950.
Yep.
So
Which
that
again, I
person,
mean,
again, they
they made
tripled their money.
$100.
They tripled their money, right? But that's the win-win-win. That's the triple win.
It is.
But I
Because
mean,
that
some of
person
these,
probably sold it for at that time $500
Yeah.
thinking it's a win.
yeah.
And now that person sold it for $940. So it was a win-win-win right there.
But like going through some of these, right? I mean, $150 for the first sale, over 1,700 sales in the first hour. The first big sale, there was a $5,000 Shohei Ohtani, within the first hour. Someone completed the full set in 45 minutes. Pretty crazy. By the time we got to 2 hours, they had over $500,000 in sales, 2,800 sales, 45 different sales over $1,000. Yeah, it was just an incredible day all around, like what they were able to do. There was a $15,000 show. Yeah, we're looking at like the biggest sales right here.
Mm-hmm.
The Tatis is the biggest sale to date, the number one epic, $20,000. And then you kind of have Trout, Ohtani right at that $15,000 window, followed by some Ohtanis. And I think Trout's right back below there again.
Got our first legendary.
Got the first legendary sold, which that honestly, based off of some of these prices, I think that's a good deal. It's CJ Abrams. I mean, he's a prospect, you never know, but CJ Abrams is a top 5-6 prospect. $7,777 for the legendary 1 of 1. Yeah,
Right.
it's pretty incredible, just like what some of these are fetching. But it seems like kind of Tatis, Trout, Ohtani, those have been the dominant ones so far.
And here's the highest core. Carlos Correa, number 1 of 409, which of course, like the nice thing about Correa is his number 1 is also a jersey number. So
That's true.
Got the 2 and 1 in there. So yeah, that went for 6,500. So if my Olsen can get me like, half of that, I'm cool.
Yeah, there you go. That's all you need.
But yeah, some of the top sales and a lot of money being thrown out. And you're right. Like I totally agree with this. This is going to be like one of those win-wins, I feel. I mean, someone just made off with $7,000 by selling this. Kudos to them. Huge win. But I'm also with you. I feel like this CJ Abrams in 3-4 months, like especially once crypto comes in, but probably even before then. I mean, this could get scooped up probably in like a week or two, even at higher value. But hey, they got $7,000 in their pocket. Like that's a huge W. Kudos to you. But yeah, I think at the first and I think only legendary sold right now.
As far as we know, that's the only legendary to sell so far. Yeah. But I mean, they got over $1 million in sales in their first 8 hours being open.
Yep.
And like we mentioned at the very beginning, there were no hiccups like with transactions. It was really smooth.
Very much so. Again, I think it was a very successful day. I definitely got some wins. I scooped up some things I wanted. I got a couple Brian Reynolds and a couple Nick Gonzalez's to add to my collection. As a collector, I feel kind of dirty if I'm doing this. And we also do a pirate show and stuff. And it's like, I don't have any pirate stuff. So I did my due diligence. I got my things. As Infielder here says, I didn't buy enough of the early listings. I got some deals. No $20 sodas here. Too slow for the dollar Altuve. Now, I will say, yes, he was one. We both mentioned it in the chat, like at the same time. Did you see that $1 Altuve? We both missed out on it. So people were definitely in snipe mode at that point in time.
Well, there was one point where we were texting back and forth, and you were texting, and then you must have seen my bubbles pop up, and then my text went through, and I said, like, damn, I missed it. And you were like, I knew exactly what you were talking about. I think it was an Ohtani that it was listed for like $110, and it was just, gone like that.
As soon as I got the error, I went over to the text message and I saw your bubbles, and I was like, I missed it too. Before your message even came, I think I said I missed it too or something like that.
What if my message would have said, I got the Otani.
Oh, as much as I would have hated you, that would have been great.
That would have been a win. That would have been a win.
Right.
Yeah, but you had some real nice wins early on there. I'm based, you know, your pulls weren't great, so I'm really happy that you were able to get some big dubs.
And it's crazy to say, like, you know, even like your pulls weren't great, and
that's true. Your pulls weren't
like,
great
in comparison to like what
right,
you got,
right?
But I pretty much like 10x'd.
Yeah,
you know, like I made 10 times my money.
Yeah,
and we're talking how
it could have been better.
You know, they were manageable, they were respectable, but nothing like spectacular. I mean, I 10x'd my money.
Right, it was okay. It was okay. 1,000% gain. Right?
That's all. But that's where we stand. So also with that said, I think before we go into the next segment here, we can talk a little bit about the pricing. You know, we were all over the place, a lot of speculation. A lot of people in the chats were, you guys are making this bigger than what it is. Like, we'll never see these prices. Other ones are, you guys are being way too conservative. Like, anything under $300 is a loss. We're really seeing like both are true.
Yeah, I feel like there's still some deals to be had. Not as many. I think the deals to be had now are more your bigger ticket items. Like, just looking through, like if I'm looking at these prices that Otani and Tatis and Trout, and even like Vlad Jr. to an extent are going for, you know, and then you compare that to Soto and Acuna, you're just like, Soto's probably too low.
I firmly agree.
Soto's too low. Acuna's too low, right? It's like Acuna gets hurt and people forget that he's like a walking 40-40 guy, which is just I mean, it's like Barry Bonds. He's a right-handed Barry Bonds, basically. He's insane, and he's like 22 years old.
Right. What did Juan Soto do? Like,
right. And then you've got Juan Soto, who's 21, and you know, he could hit 400 next year. You know, just
he almost
incredible.
did it in 2020.
Yeah. So I think you'll see, and we've already seen it. Like, we just talking back and forth today have already seen some of these floors of like Soto in particular was maybe around $400 to start the day. Like, if you wanted to get a Soto,
I was seeing some of the stuff go like 260 earlier today.
Okay, so there you go. So you could have picked up a Soto today for 260. Go to the marketplace.
No, I take it back. Yesterday, okay, 260.
But like, what's the cheapest you can get a Soto for right now? Now
it's like 670, right?
We'll go look. You're in the thing. So.
Oh, good call.
I think it was 660 the last time we checked.
660. Yep.
Yeah. So just Soto has gone up $400 in the last 24 hours. Yep. Acuna, you could have been picking up Acuna's in the same thing in the 200s as of yesterday. And he's probably right in that same.
Oh, that's
go to the low.
680.
There you go. So Acuna, you're seeing Acuna and Soto starting to go up a little bit. I would imagine they'll continue to go up a little bit more because those two in particular are just studs. And I think once I think what we're going to see now is you'll see a whole other push on Saturday because you had $1 million worth of sales on Saturday, which means there's going to be $1 million worth of candy funds that become available on Saturday. So we're going to see a whole new influx, I think, of spending and just rising floors again on Saturday. Like I said, you're gonna have $1 million get just released to the marketplace. Well, on Saturday.
I mean, from my understanding too, is we're actually that was on like the first day sales. I think we're like at $3 million right now.
Yeah,
in total. So like next weekend, you're probably going to see closer to like $3 million. Well, that's what we're getting at. So like it's part of strategy, you know, because of the issue of the funds being pending, and a lot of people are going to anticipate on having those funds to use to buy more things. I feel like a lot of people are stuck. You know, it's like they came with this budget and they've spent it, and that's why you're seeing floors drop because the undercutters want their sales. They're not getting them because people aren't buying, right? Because of the money.
Mhm.
So I really felt, and it still could to a degree, right? But I felt like there's going to be a very long lag this week of just like not a whole lot of sales taking place because everyone's money's spent and there's no money coming to them
Mhm.
to use until like this weekend. You'll see this whole flurry of sales because now we got money in our hands, right? It's like tax return day or something, right?
Yeah.
So I still like, so with that said, what you just talked about right now, the floor is increasing, actually is very surprising to me how quickly it's rebounded already. I felt
Mhm.
it's going to lag on, lag on. So now the floor is increasing. That's good. But also, no, like keep in mind, like Saturday, like this weekend comes, I feel like it's going to be like this past weekend all over again. It's just going to be a
Mhm.
madhouse and you're going to see all kinds of deals. And probably at that point in time, really start seeing like what these floors are. So, yes, I firmly agree. Like we're talking about $800 JPEGs. Oh, I'm sorry. These are movies. These are MP4s, right? Well, not the cores. No, the cores are still JPEGs. So we're talking about 800 JPEGs and saying that $800 is undervalued, and I truly believe it too. Like, the 660 for Juan Soto. I mean, no financial advice, but like, yes, like that and the Acuna seem very undervalued compared
Mhm.
to the others right now. So come this weekend, if you feel that's a deal and that's something you want, I don't foresee those being there at that price, which again is good for me because we talk about our values today and how I've 10x. And I'm hoping that next week from now, it's going to be even more.
Yeah, I mean that would be. I mean, I know myself, right? I mean, just talking about myself, the money that I have there that's pending, once it gets released, it's gonna go towards completing, finishing off that prospect set, right?
Right.
Um, so I would imagine a lot of people are in the same boat where they spent what they were comfortable spending, on top of their initial investment. You'll still have some sales this week, and like I said, we're seeing floors rise throughout the day. Um, but I think Saturday, this weekend, you'll see you'll see a lot of action when those the candy stimmy, as Justin calls it,
The candy stimmy.
comes
Yes.
along. Yeah.
We've had our SOS stimmy. We've had
Yeah.
we've had a lot of stimmies in the crypto world, and
Yeah.
here comes the candy stimmy. So I,
Candy
I
stimmy.
agree. And
Yep.
we talked about strategy, and that's really why. Although the Gregory Sotos, I'm just like, just get them on my site. Let me get some money for next week so I can have my 7-day pending period funds. Let me get my stimmy in a week. But that really is why, like you've talked about selling off your pitchers. Like there are things I do want to sell off. I do want to more or less condense, get rid of these guys so I can maybe stack up some funds and go out and buy something else. But to me, the strategy I'm going is I'm also anticipating in a week's time from now that the floors will increase. So I want to maximize my sale. So I am holding off on these. I do anticipate on putting the stuff I do want to sell, hopefully for sale next weekend. So that way, hopefully, again, at that point in time, like they're not 35, they're not 50, maybe they're in triple digits, and I get a better return.
There you go. I like it.
So cool. A lot of fun stuff. I think we
Yep.
covered. We will talk about slightly the self-imposed bottlenecks that are being created. But before we do get into that, anything else in the marketplace that you do want to talk about?
Whew. No, I mean, listen, I think once we get more features thrown in there, which I would anticipate those are coming pretty quickly, you'll see the marketplace, even increase in functionality, being able to sort, being able to filter. Like I said, once those things come around, it'll just make things even easier. But yeah, so far, couldn't ask for a better first 50 hours.
Agree. Jeff does mention Devers and top 10 Trey Turner, two most undervalued right now.
Mhm.
We actually talked about Trey right before the show, I believe, because you forgot you had a Trey.
Yeah, right.
The rich just get richer. Oh, I just forgot I had Trey Turner here.
Yeah, I mean, he was another one I completely even I made a list here of just like what I have as far as the All-Star set goes, and I just didn't even realize that I had Trey Turner until I had to go back and look at my list again. But yeah, no, he's he's higher than your lesser hitters, but definitely, I mean, Trey Turner is a top you could argue Trey Turner's the top 5 player in baseball, top 3 shortstop probably. I mean, so, and now he's on the Dodgers, and you know that the Dodgers are going to lock him up because they just lost Seager. So the dude's going to get a huge contract this next off season. He's going to be a Dodger for life. Probably going to win like 4 or 5 World Series. Yeah, I'm all aboard the Turner train. And Endeavor, same thing. Just with his age and being in Boston.
Yeah,
really good.
Good markets to be in. You know,
Yep.
like your Brian Reynolds. That's why you go for $35. But anyways, no, but yeah. So a Devers is one I have. I do have an uncommon Devers, so I'm hopeful that those rebound and don't be undervalued anymore. Although I'm probably going to keep Devers. Like that's if I had a Turner too, like that's someone I would keep. I'm not planning on selling them. But yeah, good call. So then, yeah. So let's get into some of the fun stuff. So we talked about how in the Discord it was. I'm not going to say toxic by any means, but there was definitely a lot of negativity to start off the day because of the information about the 7-day pending period and stuff like that. By night's end, I mean, no, and I take it back. It wasn't the first night. It was Sunday. Yeah. By weekend,
Sunday night. Yeah.
Sunday night, the Discord, its tone changed quite a bit. It seemed much friendlier, lighthearted. A lot of people making some good connections, if you want to say it that way. Some romances in that sense. Tell us what transpired this weekend.
Well, so apparently people, they realized, hey, there are folks out there who are trying to complete these sets, right? And in order to complete the set, you need all 81. So someone decided, let's pick one. And I wasn't around for the very beginning of this. I kind of, I entered the Discord and I was like, and then I saw all this chatter and I was like, what in the world is going on? And it was just taken over by Yusei Kikuchi talk. And you've got it up there. So, I mean, this is a moment. This is a collectible where if you just compared it to people who were similar pitchers to him, this is $35, right? Just with all of your other pitchers. But everybody was like, hey, you need Kikuchi for the set. Let's make it hard to get Kikuchi. so the whole evening, you just saw his floor going up and up and up and up. I think at one point his floor, because we were saying like these other guys were lower yesterday. I think at one point Kikuchi passed Tatis.
He was in the top 4.
Yeah, like as far as the cheapest core, I mean the most expensive core available. So I mean, hey, it's fun. It sounds like the people had fun, right, last night. I hope too many people don't get burned by this because like at some point people are gonna sell these, right? And maybe like I don't know. So
earlier,
I just hope all of you who are in this have fun and don't lose all your money.
It's not about the money you lost.
Right,
it's about the friends you made, Jim.
That's it. That's what it is.
So like, yeah, like my personal thought on this, and I might be in the minority, is what it is, but I liked the strategy coming into play. So there's real utility behind these things. I mean, we see like in Top Shot, the utility of moments, right? Like tonight, there's going to be a challenge, top 10 minutes played, right? Top 10 guys get in here and we see those bottlenecks. In order to get that challenge, you're probably going to have a Maxi who's a Series 2 rookie, and it's what, $260 the time we saw it. So it's like, is it worth now to spend $260 to get this? So it limits the amount of people that can do it. So we realize there's going to be a reward challenge for everyone who collects every All-Star, and then another reward challenge for everyone who collects every prospect. So there's people that are trying to collect every All-Star player so they get this challenge. Someone's like, well, you know what? People are going to want this. Let me corner the market. And you know what? Here's the thing too. Top Shot, there's 60,000 moments flooded. Is one what can one man do with all that power, right? So 60,000 moments, like how can one person really manipulate the market? When there's 409, it makes it a little bit easier. Like if you buy 40 moments, that's 10% of the market. And we're not talking about like that's on sale. There's only 23% of moments open right now. So you're
Well,
probably looking about 300 and
77.
well, yeah, my
Yeah.
bad. I meant
So
unopened. Yeah. So
right.
like you're looking at about like 300 and maybe 23, around there that are even opened. Of those 320, how many are on sale, right? So it's like there's already a limited amount. So someone's like, well, you know what? If you want this challenge, I'll make you pay for it. I respect the hell out of that person who did that. But the thing is, that person probably bought those 10 at $30. And now that person's like, hey guys, I got an idea. And those guys are buying in and they're buying in at $75. And they spread it. And the other guys are buying it for 100, 200, 300. So yes, at the end of the day, someone's gonna be left with a bag because there's only a finite amount of people that are going to be able to do this challenge. And when that number ends, those purchases cease. And if you bought this at $300 and it's a $100 moment, well, you're taking a $200 L. So yeah, like I respect the strategy. It's going to work for some people. It's going to work out really, really well for some people. And at the end of the day, it's not going to work out for others. But it's fun. They're having a blast, and kudos to them. I love it.
Here's the other thing too. Even if you take a $200 L long term on Kikuchi, we just talked that you didn't even pull anything that great in your packs, and you're up 10 times.
That's true,
right? So if you're in this, like everybody's up, right? Like everybody's up. Like if you got a pack, you're up. So it's like if you want to have fun, pumping.
You're just playing with house money, anyways.
Just have fun. Yeah,
you spent $200 for a story, and I mean, hell, someone just spent $20,000 for a story. Realistically. Did I lose it? I must have. Someone spent $20,000 in that one number one Tatis. I mean, that's 20 grand they just dropped. Spend $200, and you're being talked about by 20,000 people in the Discord right now and whatever. Like you said, you're up. Who cares? I could see that, but someone's probably definitely taking a loss. But again, I'm here for it. I love it. Keep doing it. I mean, you're pissing some people off, and I love that part of it too. Because they were planning on spending $30 on this pitcher, and now we see it's a minimum of 225. But anyways, I just felt and loved the idea of like these self-imposed bottlenecks. Like there's bottlenecks in actual Top Shot because there's only 4,000 of them made when the others have 60,000, and here that the numbers are the same everywhere. It's just now you're really going to pay for it because someone self-imposed it.
Oh, yeah. Someone just sold a... Did you see the comment?
Can we end this stream? Streaming is negative EV. Come on, guys. Get off. We're done.
Mine's showing it sold for $12. Yeah.
Oh, God.
It sold for $12. That's kind of crazy. So I don't know if somebody meant to put 1,200 in there and missed a few zeros. But yeah, that's crazy. The Acuna Uncommon just sold for $12. Oh my gosh.
She just corrected. Yeah.
That's a big win. That's a big win for somebody.
Damn it.
I will say, like, as far as the big guys go, Acuna I'm still missing. So I really want to pick one up at some point here. Because yeah, he's one I'm missing.
Well, we talked the story. We talked the marketplace. We do have some things to open. I mean, this is a long show. There's a lot to talk about. Yeah. So I'll warn you, after we're done here, we'll be opening up some Top Shot reward challenges, which you and I, we each got all of them this week. We lucked out. We had the Vanderbilt, talk about bottlenecks. We both had that. We did the Hustle and Show. We, of course, did the weekend challenge for the most tally points. So we have 4 rewards to open up, see what we got. And then I got my all-day standard pack. I didn't get into the premium, unfortunately, but I have an all-day pack to open too. So before we do go in that, and if you guys want to stay around to watch us, any last things about the marketplace, Candy in general?
No, I think next week we'll have a lot more. We'll have a whole other weekend of, I said, all this money being released. We'll have a lot to talk about next week too. It's exciting now. We were saying last week about how, like, going forward our shows were going to start getting pretty exciting. Yeah, it's exciting. We've got action now, so it's good.
Yeah, as Ben Infielder 3 says, I'm too busy listening to you jagoffs and wasn't checking listening. Exactly. Again,
Hey, I was doing the same thing. I'm too
you
busy.
people why are you
Yeah.
watching us? This is negative EV, right? You guys are losing money watching us. Get to the marketplace.
Although
this is a waste
learned,
of time, literally.
Hey, Muntner learned the listings trick I showed him. So
yeah, there you go.
There, this is educational right here.
Yes, it's educational, but not financially smart.
Yeah.
Well, then, cool. So I guess we'll wrap up the candy talk. We'll get into the pack listings. So yeah, if you want to hang around and watch us, we'll do that. Otherwise, get your ass in the marketplace, scoop up some $12 Acuñas. Send Jim an Acuna if you want. He needs one. But yeah, I can't wait till next week. So let's go ahead and get into it. So
cool.
Who wants to open first?
Well, you're sharing your screen.
I guess my screen's up. Huh?
Go ahead. Also, I just checked the floor on Gregory Soto. You may have just sold a Gregory Soto.
Well, let's find out.
Maybe not. Go to sold. On there, right there.
Oh, I did.
Hey.
And oh yeah, I did sell these, the Walsh and the Olsen. I put them up, which I do regret. I don't know. I absolutely regret putting those two up, but
yeah, I'm not selling hitters, so that's the one thing I'm not doing.
Yeah, I know. I shouldn't have. When I did, I was like, I shouldn't have. I'm like, I kind of want the funds to use to other things, but it was dumb. All right, so let's get to Top Shot. So
it was a wild week with Top Shot. They had a bunch of challenges this week. They did one for my boy Donovan Mitchell. So I did that one this week. You did not do that one because it did require Franz Wagner, who, I needed Donovan Mitchell, so I was like, I might as well get it. But yeah, the rest of this, there was a lot going on. Hustle and Show drop on Tuesday, so we were able to complete that set, finish the challenges. The Weekend Vibes was a pretty easy challenge to complete as long as you had who was the Buddy Hield was kind of the bottleneck there. I think he got up a little bit.
30s. Well, he got into the 40s. I mean, I haven't collected, watched anything about Buddy Hield for like forever. When I saw he was in it, I was like, oh boy. I was like, here, you see the names, you're like, oh, Buddy Hield. I mean, I haven't remember collecting him for like, do I have him? And I saw I had 3 of them. And then I didn't even realize it. You're the one that told me. You're like, hey, Buddy Hield's going for like $36 right now. I'm like, what? So yeah, I apparently have 3 of them. So clearly I have 1 right now because I sold off on those.
And then the Mobley challenge, you needed Vanderbilt. So Vanderbilt was getting pumped up to, I think, like $280 at one point, $300.
The second or third last sale before it closed off was $340.
Yeah. I told you I bought that moment for $4 back in May. So that was
Tim
good.
says Top Shop time. See ya. Yep.
Yeah,
I'm gonna open some packs now.
That's fine, Tim. Yeah, the candy stuff's gone. You're good.
Yep.
But no, yeah, it was a good week for Top Shot. So we got a lot of challenge reward packs to open up.
Very much. I'm excited. So let's do it. So I guess we'll get into the Hustle and Show stuff first.
Yeah, let's do that.
I don't know what order it is. So this could be Porzingis. This could be Steph. I don't know.
It says on there like challenge 1 or there you go. This is reward 1. So this is Porzingis.
36.83. And this last I checked, this was going for like 160 on the marketplace. So, I mean, a clear W. All these were W's. We were kind of worried on
Yeah.
some of them.
Mhm. Yeah, because I mean, I figured there would be a lot of completions here. But yeah, this is going for more than I expected.
Same.
I thought I was going to take an L on this, honestly.
I really did.
Like
too.
I finished the core set, and I was like, well, now I'm pot committed. You know, I got to complete it, and I was like, this is going to be an L, but no, it ended up paying off.
I was tempted because I haven't told you, like, at the price we
Mhm.
bought in for the Jimmy's Moments, I was like, Jim, we could still make money if we sell these now.
Yeah, right.
Instead of taking an L, I was like, we could make out with like $10 instead of taking an L. I was like, if this is $100, a little over, I was like, we'll be about there. And it came out as about $100. And I was like, all right, we're cool. Now it's like 160. So
yeah, good stuff. This is the nice hustle and show challenge.
Here's Steph. Whoops. Which last I saw, this was going for 220, 30-ish.
Okay. This was a little harder. This was a little harder to complete the Series 2 moments. Were basically twice what they cost for Porzingis. And this is a really cool moment too. This pass is pretty sick. Cool.
So nice stuff. No special serials. But again, you're looking at $400 right here, basically, in these two guys. So nice. So there's the hustle and shows.
Okay.
So now we have the flash challenges. The first one again was, oh man. So again, the story behind this, we had Vanderbilt, and it got to $200, and I was like, oh man, Jim, it's $200. Like, wow. But we both talked, and neither of us were selling at that point in time. When it got to 250, that's when I came to you and I was like, are you selling? And you were a firm no. You're no. I give it all to you. You sound like this thing could have got to $1,000, and you're like, I ain't doing it. I ain't selling. I'm not effing leaving.
Yeah.
I was tempted at 250. I was like, I don't know, man. I mean, it's $250. Like, I bought in that Sunday at $36. You said you got at what?
$4.
So you're turning down $246 of profit to get this moment here. And it paid off. It paid off. The thing is, this moment is a bottleneck in a lot of challenges, so it's worth it to have him. And the thing is, if there's other bottlenecks you don't get it for, this thing could moon. His debut is going for $500. So this was going for $330, I think, beforehand.
I haven't checked super recently, but yeah, that was.
And he
could
right. be in tonight's challenge.
Yeah, I don't know if that game's still going on. A lot of those games were day games. Yeah, so that game's over. He is not in the challenge.
Okay, of course.
Yeah,
we finally get him, and the challenge could be in. He's not even in. Moment's going to waste. I'm selling.
But again, good one to have. He's going to make his way into some challenges, and you can either at that point play the challenge. You could sell it when it goes up, maybe buy back later. There's a lot of options. It's a good moment to have.
Right. Fully agree. And then we had our last challenge. Oh yeah, this was the top scores, the top 10 scores of the weekend, right? I haven't looked up this price yet. I
don't think it's that high.
Okay. I couldn't imagine it being that high. It was, like you said, pretty easy.
Yeah.
Buddy Hill at 35 is your bottleneck. So
let me see what it's at right now.
Yeah, 11,778 mint. So
$27.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, still for us, it was free.
Yeah,
it was free, and it pumped my Buddy Hill bag. So that was a win-win.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, because this was one where I think both of us had all 10, so we didn't have to do anything with it.
Yep. Well, that was cool.
Cool.
So no special cereals. Again, no big deal. We definitely got some great value in those too. And my collective score went up about 200 points. All right, Jim.
There you go.
You're up.
All right. Let's see what we got. I've got the exact 4 packs that you had. So we'll start off with Hustle and Show. I got the music. I don't know if you can hear that. I couldn't hear yours.
Yeah. I can hear.
1536.
Better cereal.
Yeah. I'll take it. And we got Steph. $62.87.
But you're right. That is a really cool moment.
Yeah. All right. So Hustle and Show set is complete. Let's check
Very
out.
nice.
Yeah, let's check out. Let's do Jaylen Brown here first. We'll save Mobley for the end. All right, Jaylen Brown. 14-12.
Cool.
What's nice about those, we didn't even say those are fandoms, these last 2.
Mm-hmm.
And they've been including these in the hard challenges lately. So, you know, they have really good utility there, and that they can be used for those.
Yeah, that's also a really good point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, Mobley.
There it comes. Come on, Jim. Oh,
That's 44-41.
it's close to all 4s. I mean, that's
Close. Yeah, all 4s would have been kind of cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Since 4 is his jersey number too.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Good stuff. I said all wins there. Cool.
Nice. All right. Well, that's Top Shot. Again, there's a challenge going on tonight, which again could be easy. There could be a bottleneck there that takes a lot of people out. But there's a hard version of it as well. So definitely tune in, because if you complete it. If not, you might be able to sell some things and make some money.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll finish this with my all day that I was able to get the standard for. This time I was unlucky. I didn't get into the premium as mentioned, but it's okay. It's cool.
Sorry, you still got your legendary Bucks offense.
Did you see how well Tampa Bay Bucks offense performed this week? I mean, he's playing phenomenal.
Yes.
Tampa Bay Bucks is playing great in the playoffs so far.
Yeah.
So if you're a Tampa Bay offense
huge
fan, check out my legendary 24 of 29 mint. You know who also played well?
Who else played well?
Patty Mahomes, another quarterback I got last week.
Unfortunately played well.
I mean, for you, I enjoyed it. My wallet enjoyed it.
I'm still waiting for the invite to this. I'm so left out.
Yeah, I'm thinking hopefully this week. I think those go out every other week.
I've been thinking this week for like 6 weeks now.
Trust me, I feel you. So was I. I'm pulling for you, Jim. You know what's going to happen? They're going to see your collective score has improved so much recently. They're going to see how well you're giving out this information. They have to invite you.
You'd think so.
It's a guaranteed. I'm stamping it. Oh boy. Syncing our systems, this can take 10 minutes.
Yeah, taking a while. So this goes back to candy, right? Just how quick and fast everything is. It's just
good point. Here we go.
This is something that we're kind of used to. All right. Good luck, DiNardo.
I appreciate it. So there's no guarantees in this one. So they could be all now. Are these commons or is there one legendary here?
They look like all commons to me, but hey, last week we thought they were all commons too.
I know. Okay. So probably no rares or legendaries. So let's see what we got. Austin Eckler. It's a running back.
Yeah. At least it's not like a punter or a safety or something.
Yeah. Atlanta Falcons defense, or special teams that I got the other last week.
Yeah.
Hopefully we have a moment.
Yeah, hopefully Eckler did something here.
I hope they packed that in the packaging. There it is.
There we go.
Oh, did it go away?
It went away. Oh, is this the same one or is this your second?
Oh no, I just reopened it.
Oh, okay.
So you can see it.
I was like, did you get 2 Ecklers? Corner the market on Eckler.
He's the bottleneck.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it. I'm buying all 10,000 of them.
You know what's kind of cool about that moment though is that was the super crazy last game of the year.
That's right. This is the one
it's like from that game. Yeah.
Almost didn't get the Steelers into playoffs, but then did.
That game was wild.
Yeah, Munner says his 250 was horrible. Never again. I lucked the hell out last week. I'll be the very first to admit it. That would be the only reason I went back in. I said my piece at the beginning of the show. My play would be buying the standard ones and not the 250 premium. But all day just wrapped me up in it. Because of what I got, I'm now degenerating into the 250s. Is one off? Is one of these a legendary? I just can't tell. Yeah, I mean, they're just going to bother the hell out of me now. Is this different color?
I don't think.
That's a common. Tyler Higbee. It's Higbee.
Again, at least it's a skill player.
Hope I got a lot of LA people in the stream tonight.
It's only 7:45 there. Nice catch. Good throw.
Against a team that defeated the Dallas Cowboys.
True. And they're playing right now.
Oh, yeah. There's a game tonight.
They are rolling Arizona right now.
All right. Enough of that.
Let's get you a
very
quarterback.
Last one.
Get you a quarterback.
It's a legendary. I'm telling you. Damn it. Leonard Williams. Okay.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
Thing is, this was $50. This wasn't $250.
Right. Okay.
Also, oddly enough, my standards have been like this. Nothing exciting. The premium was lit last week. So
yeah, your premium. I mean, you had 2 quarterbacks and a legendary.
Yeah. So all right.
Cool.
Well, there's my all day. I guess nothing special per se, but if and when the marketplace opens up, I guess we'll find out what that looks like.
Yeah, I hopefully I get into that next week. We'll see.
There it is.
I'm fine not even getting into this because I'm so addicted to candy right now with how just crazy it is.
Again, all you can do is speculate, but if this said Tom Brady, not Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I mean, I could cash this out for and using candy right now.
Yeah,
I'd have to complete a set too, I think. even with the $30,000 pitcher out to buy as a core.
Just get an epic set.
Could you imagine that?
That would be pretty.
Yeah, I have the set. It's all epics.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, so there's our all day Top Shot talk. Not much to really say anymore. So I think that pretty much wraps up our show.
I think that does it. It's a good show. Like I said, it was
a
really exciting. Really exciting weekend. It was a long show. We had a lot to talk about. Probably won't be this long in the future, but like I said, a lot to talk about today. So happy we got to kind of run through everything.
Yep. And I appreciate everyone who tuned in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're still here, definitely subscribe, like the show if you want. We'll be on every Monday at 9 o'clock talking definitely candy. And then we'll throw in some Top Shot all day stuff, you know, and I guess some tops if we have to, but probably not too much anymore. Have you done anything? Have you done anything in the past 2 weeks with tops? Just out of curiosity?
Nothing.
Since last show we talked about the few cells we made. That was it.
No, I still have all my cards over there listed for pretty much $2. And I've got a notification. So I sold a Jorge Soler.
Oh, nice.
For $3.50 this week. $3.50.
You doubled your sales from last week.
Yeah.
That's something to write home to.
That's not bad.
Nice. Yeah, I'm just still in the same play. All my stuff I don't really care about is listed for sale for like $2.
Mm-hmm.
And then all the other stuff I'm just kind of holding to just pray that like in 5 years someone wants it for $10 and then sell it for $10 then. But that's about it. So, all right. Well, then I guess that's pretty much it. I'm looking at mine, no sales at all from last week. So with that said, we'll see you guys next Monday at 9 o'clock ish, as always. So till then, bye-bye.
See you guys.